Hola, ¿qué tal amigos? ¿Cómo están? El 7 de julio del 2022, exactamente a las 4:03:33 segundos, sucedía esto. Se producía una explosión en las famosas piedras guías de Georgia. Pero no vamos a hablar de su misteriosa creación, sino del documental Nubes, oscuras, sobre Elberton, donde se encuentra documentación que nos habla de un oscuro mensaje con tintes ocultistas para el futuro. Acompáñenme y empecemos. Esa misma mañana así nos mostraba la televisión norteamericana cómo había quedado el monumento. La agencia de investigaciones de Georgia, la FBI, con un helicóptero y escenas aéreas nos mostraba el lugar y su investigación. Por razones de seguridad, el monumento fue demolido. Obviamente esta historia se viralizó y todos recordaron el mensaje de las piedras guía que, según nos indican, tenían que aguantar un evento apocalíptico. Aparentemente no aguantaron. Lo que sí perdura es el misterio de quién las construyó, por qué la construyó, los 10 mandamientos en 8 idiomas escritos en las piedras, pero sobre todo lo que sí va a perdurar es el mensaje oculto que se encontró en papeles que poseía la secretaria de la empresa de granito responsable de la construcción del monumento. En el documental de 2015 de Michael Bennett se hace una investigación de quién pudo haber sido el constructor de dicho monumento y se encuentran con una maleta llena de papeles que quedaron en la empresa constructora. Además, el monumento poseía una cápsula del tiempo sin fecha de apertura. Vamos a ver un fragmento, les voy a dejar el link en la descripción, del documental donde cuenta esta parte de la historia. Y nos cuenta que estas piedras son las guías para entrar a una era de la razón. Veamos.
We welcome them to come out. Just don't vandalize the memorial. As far as a huge mystery or a huge government cover-up, or whether it's religious or who R.C. Christian was, you'll just have to come up with that on your own. All the men, I will tell you this, all the men that were involved in this were good Christian men. All of the men involved in this were Masons. And so as far as it being something demonic or satanic, I very much doubt that.
Because so many Freemasons were involved in building the guidestones, some have thought that R.C. Christian might have been a Mason, or that the monument is based on Masonic philosophy. While Joe Fendley was a Freemason, Wyatt Martin was not. We asked Mr. Martin about the involvement of Masonry or other secret groups.
Was there any involvement with groups like that?
No, not that I ever knew of. There was a Masonic lodge there, but in Elberton, but they were never involved in it, and I don't think they ever were. I never knew whether he was a Mason or not. I never asked him. Some people have thought that and come up with a theory that Freemasonry did it, but I don't believe so. It also says there's a time capsule buried under that flat. It's a grave marker, actually, that some people a number of years ago used to put a solid slab of granite over the grave. And but there was never anything buried under that slab as far as a time capsule.
I doubt seriously there's anything buried over here.
Here it says, time capsule placed 6 feet below this spot. And you're saying the time capsule was never planted?
I would say it did not, because there's no date cut into that. They left it says placed 6 feet below this spot on, and there's a blank space to be opened, and there's no to be open date. So, just my opinion, I would say it was never placed.
Oh, so they never did it.
They may have placed it and just never put the dates on there, just to keep vandals from coming out here and digging the thing up. But my opinion was probably never put down there.
Out there on the property, since you put the foundation groundwork,
right?
Is there anything underground that's not obvious above ground?
You talking about like the time capsule?
Well, that's one thing. If there is a time capsule?
I'm gonna let that stay a secret.
Oh, Well, if there's a time capsule, usually there's a time to open it.
Did it say on there was a time to open it?
No, there sure wasn't.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
Uh-uh.
This is our one time to know, to solve the mystery.
This is one thing.
And you are one person who would know.
That's right. But like I say, my date's not on the bottom of that tombstone yet.
I know. And there's a date not, that's what made me think of it. Because I remember that date is missing on the time capsule. And everybody else tells us there's nothing in there, it never came. But there's only one person who I believe it really knows. So is there anything down in there?
I don't know.
Would anybody ever find out?
Yeah.
Really?
When that stone is removed, you'll find out.
Well, could we put in an invitation to be there? Can we get a seat there for that?
I don't know when that's going to ever be removed, to be honest with you.
Is there something that has to happen or somebody who makes that decision?
Now, that I don't know.
Was that something specified by R.C. Christian?
Not to my knowledge.
Was that your decision?
Oh, definitely not.
Was that Wyatt Martin's decision?
Not to my knowledge.
Was that Joe Finley's decision?
Joe would be the only one who could answer that.
So,
And he's not here.
That's right.
So if it were to be removed, someone would have to be the one to decide to open it. Can you give us any hints on who would be the person to do that?
I don't know.
While Mr. Mullinex was determined to keep silent about the time capsule, we discovered a clue at Coggins Industries. Within the paperwork given to us by Shirley McNeely, there was something that may provide insight into the original purpose of a time capsule, and at the same time offer an explanation for the mysterious name R.C. Christian. What follows is from a strange document that we found among the records. The wording of it does not read like the other writings of Mr. Christian, and seems to have been composed by someone else, perhaps another member of the anonymous group behind the Guidestones. The important parts of it read as follows.
To whomever comes upon this presenting, contained herein are keys that have been awaited to be placed here in proper sequencing and in proper order, to announce the return and the activation of those events of prophecy that signal these events. Those who have guarded this great mystery and who have guarded the evolution of the human species itself are returning. It has begun.
The document mentions keys that were said to be contained herein. Was this a reference to something placed inside a time capsule? But the writing continues and describes the monument's mysterious designer.
This monument, known as the Georgia Guidestones, shall find threads unto the revelation of its mystery in the name R.C. Christian, otherwise known unto that contingency that is responsible for the erection of this monument as Christian Rosencrantz, 1378 to 1484. This presentation of keys upon the finding of it is to be delivered to the Elberton Star. The Elberton Star is to deliver it to the Atlanta Rosicrucian Society.
The document clearly associates the name R.C. Christian with the mythical figure of Christian Rosencrantz, who is alleged to have founded a secret society known as the Rosicrucians. The initials R.C. are often used by the members of the order in reference to their legendary founder, who most historians seem to believe was really the Count of Saint Germain, a famous alchemist and philosopher. The Rosicrucians typically trace their beliefs back to ancient Egypt and combine the mysteries of the pagan gods, symbolized by the rose, with Christianity, which is symbolized by the cross. The Rosicrucians are sometimes called the most secret of the secret societies, and their members traditionally remain anonymous. Was R.C. Christian a Rosicrucian? Could this explain why he chose to maintain a secret identity? We spoke with the Elberton Star newspaper, who told us they know nothing about the message and have never been given any mysterious keys. We also contacted the leaders of the Atlanta Rosicrucian Society, who declined to provide any official comment. Yet the Rosicrucian connection links the Guidestones back to Freemasonry. The 18th degree of Scottish Rite Masonry is known as the Knight Rose Croix, or Rose and Cross. Some believe the philosophies of these two groups are nearly identical and promote confidence in man rather than trust and faith in God.
There are clearly non-biblical concepts within the theology of Freemasonry, and clearly those connections can be seen to the Guidestones. Similar ideas of a utopianism that goodness can be had if we'll all just see things the same way. When you look at the Guidestones, there are a lot of isms that are there. And the biggest ism that I see is secularism, that mankind has the solutions to the problems of the world.
There is no question that R.C. Christian believed his Guidestones would provide solutions for mankind and usher in a kind of golden age. In his writings, he said,
I am the originator of the Georgia Guidestones and the sole author of its inscriptions. Stonehenge and other vestiges of ancient thought arouse our curiosity but carry no message for human guidance. The Guidestones have been erected to convey certain ideas across time to others. We hope that these silent stones and their inscriptions will merit a degree of approval and acceptance down the centuries, and by their silent persistence hasten in small ways the dawning of an age of reason.
Ahora, la pregunta que me hago, ¿quiénes son estos que han protegido a la evolución humana? ¿Qué es lo que ha comenzado? La Orden Rosacruz cada tanto tiempo reaparece y parece que tienen algún plan. No se olviden de la historia de la presentación de la vida extraterrestre. Quizá este tema tenga algo que ver con eso, la presentación de un nuevo Mesías. No se olviden, investiguen, duden, pregunten, tengan fe, no están solos, somos muchos. Abrazo a todos.